It's Sunday, February 27th, 2000, Sunday of Black History Month, and a new episode of the Alumni Brunch Club. Grab your drink and tap in. Tennille, let's go. Welcome to Alumni Brunch Club, a live interactive podcast with overflowing mimosas, hot topics, cultural moments, and Black achievements. Plus, the homecoming vibe is what?
365.
365. I'm Taria Williams, class of 04.
What class you want to be today? I saw that. Tennille Gibson, class of 2006.
And I'm Brittany Grooms, class of 2007.
Happy anniversary, y'all.
Whoop, whoop.
We made it a year.
A year.
That's cute.
I know.
That's cute. It did. We had a little summer break.
Yes.
we had a little Christmas break, just like school.
Yes.
But we made it our freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wrapped that back into it.
What was our GPA?
Oh, did we gain the freshman 15?
Oh, Jesus.
Still a pandemic, so
that part. I give us a nice little GPA.
Okay.
Why y'all like a 3.4?
All right.
That's honest.
That's basic.
Yeah. I feel like we got some room to grow, but like
definitely.
But we're still doing well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
That was right. Fair.
I mean, that's what you expect your freshman year, right? Not to get that 4.
Look at Tennille. She's like, not me. I expected a 4.0.
I know. I got a 4.0.
I don't know.
But that's fine.
Of course you did. I did not. Okay.
Fine.
You know, the grades got serious when I felt like they, when something was coming.
Second semester.
Right.
Second semester. I get that. I got serious at that point too. I was like, I guess I need to start going to this class.
Yeah, let me turn in these lyceums.
Oh. Okay.
Throwback.
Well, we got a dope show today, and I want to start bringing up our special guest ASAP. So I'm going to start with, here's one fun fact about our guest today. Everyone is from the Midwest. Originally from the Midwest in today's show. So let's first start with the Queen of Detroit.
Come on, Queen of Detroit.
Ashlee Gillum, Bree, also known as Bree, class of 2000.
We just talked about this. And
I know. It didn't even sound right. Ashlee.
Like,
you didn't even put the Bree in the middle. You just
That's how I wrote it out. Ashley Bree.
Yes, with the air quotes. Hey y'all. I'll take that Queen of Detroit.
I know, and if you don't know, she's a singer, songwriter, actress, and owner of Ocho Alley. Now, what's Ocho Alley? I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, so that's a new line that I'm launching. Well, it's really just going to be different products coming in. I do custom t-shirts, like band tees, make them kind of vintage looking. I'm about to start selling press-on nails. If y'all have been seeing, I've been like designing nails, and that's kind of become my quarantine, pandemic hobby.
And kind of done nails though.
I did, but I just never took it like serious. So yeah, so I'm going to start selling different products. I also have a 420 friendly ring that I sell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's going to be under Ocho Alley.
Wow.
Cute.
I'm excited to see that grow. Because I feel like that list is going to get longer that you just.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Next, we have Chris Thomas.
Yo,
Chris,
what's going on, y'all?
From Chicago.
Always repping my hometown. You know that.
Yes. Chris graduated in 2008, and he told us that he is unemployed.
He said, I'll explain later. I was like, okay.
Unemployed right now. Yes, enjoying life. Transitioning from my former career in accounting and wanting to get into more creative work, more things to kind of drive my passion and feel a little bit more fulfilling,
Good for
That's
you,
dope.
Chris.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I feel like we're in that era right now where everyone's
Now is the time. Yes.
yeah,
If you're
yeah,
gonna do it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Does anybody dream of being an accountant? Like, is that like that's my passion? Accounting is my passion.
It definitely was never a dream. I think it was something that like always came easy. Like I'm naturally a numbers guy.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense, and kind of listening to, people in the school of business when I was on the fence between finance and accounting was kind of ushering me that way. And companies was paying back then too. So
They were.
it was kind of a
remember
smooth
that.
transition and worked out for a while. But yeah, definitely burned out on that.
That's a true talent, because all I can remember of accounting is drawing that T, and I just
See accounts.
and then just lost after that. But kudos to you on this new chapter, though. We can't wait to hear more about that and see what's next. And last but not least, Gena coming to the stage, class of 2008 as well. Senior Trade Marketing Manager at Cookies.
Yes.
Now, you want to elaborate on that?
Yes. Yeah. So I do marketing in regulated industries. I started off in wine and spirits and then transitioned to cannabis, conveniently because I live in California, I guess. But as cannabis is expanding, as more states are not only legalizing marijuana, but also they're growing and allowing people to kind of like consume from a not just a medicinal standpoint, but also from a leisure standpoint. And so, that is currently what I do from a professional perspective. I'm also a co-host on a weekly podcast called The Oprah Rose Show. I'm
sure everybody knows that. I'm sure everybody is listening because it is dope. It is such a dope podcast.
Yeah, I love you all's perspectives. Gosh, you guys are so clever and funny.
We try to keep it fresh.
Yeah. And also, I did not realize that cannabis, alcohol, that's considered regulated industries.
Yes.
Like,
what does that mean, though?
Yes, because we have a different set of rules and regulations that are governed federally that we have to adhere to. For example, prohibition, when that happened and alcohol was essentially outlawed in the United States, then repeal happened. But when repeal happened, they allowed, federally you can sell alcohol, and these are the rules that we have federally. So you have to be 21 years old, et cetera, et cetera. But then they allowed each state to kind of like develop their own rules. So, when we were all in college, there was no purchasing of alcohol on Sundays in the state of Georgia, but you could purchase alcohol in New York. So that is a regulated industry, and for the same thing with cannabis. And that's also because they're, attached. If you do something illegal and you break the law, you can, go to jail and all these different things that have a ton of fines. So it's a regulated industry, a regulated CPG. But just because you have a different set of like legal laws and limitations that you have to adhere to.
Are there Black people in cannabis?
It's very, very small. No, it's a handful. And it's a little disturbing because, we are so affected, still continue to be affected. The good thing about California, is that Governor Newsom has decriminalized, marijuana. And as, people are able to kind of like repeal a lot of their sentences and things like that. But that's not the case for a lot of states. And as we know in America, like every industry is controlled and managed, by our white counterparts, and that is no difference, for the cannabis industry. So it's sad to see it unfold, right before your eyes. I just had a friend, a cousin, family member come home after serving 15 years, and part of that was for weed.
Wow.
So. Yeah, but not to be a Debbie Downer.
We like, man,
the oppression of our people. That's how we're gonna start this thing off.
It's Black History Month.
Up the gate.
Very informative. Well, listen, a little pivot. I just want to go around and see what's in everyone's cup, for right now. So, Chris, Mr. Toast the Good Life, start us off. What's in your cup?
So I was drinking some Espolon a little bit, catching up.
Okay.
Catching
up.
Got the champagne, the Prosecco.
Okay.
We get to the mimosas and everything,
Okay.
Y'all told me not to come too aggressive with too many shots. So I'm gonna chill.
Right.
So I got the champagne to just throttle it down a little bit.
I can't even look at that tequila no more. That gave me a run for my money on my birthday.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is my baby.
I don't play with her.
Your baby.
Not her.
I might have footage of that foolishness.
we don't need to talk about that. I don't play with her.
We don't talk about Bruno. Well, at this moment, it's a full glass of OJ. I dropped my bottle that I bought yesterday. To Janae's point about Georgia, they wouldn't sell me any Prosecco before 12:30. So Darrell might have to bring me up a glass.
It's before 12:30. I was like, that's still the law?
No. Yeah, it's 12:30 now. He was there at like 11 a.m. and they were like, it's not 12:30. You can't get it. It's Prosecco.
Wow.
Right.
It's
water.
When we were in Atlanta during
homecoming
in October, I don't know if we want to call that a homecoming or not.
Whatever.
Brittany and I were in Kroger, and we Google because we know Georgia has these rules. So we're in Kroger. We're like, we know it's time. We can buy Prosecco. This one of the employees walked up to us like, hey, I see you guys grabbing a lot of bottles.
It's one of them sisses. Hey, sis.
Yeah, hey
queen.
We can't purchase that right now. So here I go. Like, no, it's here. Right here. And so she was like, okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, on Saturday, it's a little bit earlier,
Yeah.
Like maybe
I
9
literally, I literally grabbed my last Trader Joe's bag and the handle broke and 2 bottles crashed. So, Darrell will bring me some up later. I think it's some down there. Okay.
Janae, what's in your cup? I just saw you take a sip. Is that Hilltop?
It's early.
No, it's tea. It's some tea.
Hey.
Janae and I are on the West Coast, and
it's still a little early, but I do have some wine. Yeah. So, when it's time to cheers, I'll grab some.
Yes. I'm sipping on a little coffee drink right now with a little bourbon and
you always show up with a
Kahlua.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Yeah.
Coffee, bourbon, and Kahlua.
A dash of almond milk.
Okay.
That looks
nasty.
I'm sipping on kombucha.
Oh,
she healthy.
Right.
I love kombucha.
This is getting ready for spring.
Right.
Oh, are you sipping on it out of the official glass too?
Somebody chose violence today.
Okay,
I
just say it must be nice. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
I have cranberry juice in the official glass too, as well.
Wow, y'all weak as hell today.
Yeah, we don't got no.
You not even have your official glass because you quick to put it away.
Listen, we moving on to Throwback Two.
Yay!
All right, so it's the last Sunday of Black History Month, and so I'm thinking about this segment. When did you all start celebrating Black History Month? Like, was it just a school project? Did you celebrate it at home? Mm-hmm. And then was there something you didn't learn about Black history until you got to an HBCU? And I think for me, I feel like my parents, just growing up in Chicago, especially on the South Side, we talked about Black history year round at school. Then my mom was a librarian, so I always read I don't know. I just felt like my childhood was Black AF, It wasn't just to February. But what I will say is, growing up, I had one friend who was Jamaican, and we knew that Nerlene was Jamaican. So it wasn't until going to Clark, Atlanta, where I just met all these Black people from, it's like growing up in Chicago, I feel like everybody was from the South. Parents migrated from the South. So it wasn't until going to Clark, Atlanta, where it's you're just meeting Black folks from everywhere, and we're all still the same, but just all that rich culture from the islands and other countries. And I feel like that was something that was eye-opening for me regarding Black history. I don't know. Everybody's in deep thought, but
as a fellow Chicagoan, I could echo those same sentiments. Like I tell my friends often, I feel like I grew up Black as AF, although personal hairstyle.
yeah.
But we always celebrated Black History Month, Kwanzaa, different things. Like my family, we did it at home. Like I remember seeing Black History Kwanzaa banners in one of my first grade school and stuff during that time of year. So I feel like it was always celebrated and kind of always highlighted, especially in a city with Chicago, where it's like such a rich Black history. Like you said, everybody's like 1 or 2 generations removed from the South. Mississippi, Louisiana, whatever. So I feel like it was always prevalent for me. But also, getting to Clark was my first time seeing like how different we were, from different regions and stuff, seeing how different Black people could be, because you just had like this one viewpoint of it. And especially in Chicago, how it's so segregated. Like I didn't even really know the South side of Chicago that well. Like I just knew like the West side, like didn't even know my way downtown. So it was great and eye-opening to kind of see how different we could be across the regions. I remember being amazed meeting Black people from like the DC, PG County area, like seeing like they just lived an entirely different life coming from a different planet or something. Like, so that was a great experience and kind of expanded my perspective of Black people.
Mine was different. I'm from Kansas City originally, so the ratio of Black to white isn't like it is in Chicago. But I remember in the 5th grade, we had my only Black teacher, Miss King, and I asked her if I could produce a Black history play. So I made my white counterparts dress up in the appropriate attire. We sang. I made them sing "Wade in the Water." Like we had script.
No, wait a minute.
Yes.
I want to see that tape.
I remember that to this day. But I had a lot of aunts and uncles that would send me books about the history. So I knew about, all the inventors and the creators and the doctors and scientists and all of that.
Back to this play. Was it looking like Nancy Pelosi and the?
That's exactly what it is. It's giving that.
The Kenta Club.
As soon as she said she made the white people do something, I was like, were they in blackface?
No,
what
they were not.
happening here?
They were not. They would just had on like baggy clothes, like Kanye style clothes back then, like baggy attire.
I don't know.
Oh, it's that stereotypical Black people.
It was 90s Black.
I was in the 5th grade. Okay.
You
Maybe your
ruined your
teacher should have said,
classmates'
not
political
this
career.
time, baby.
Right.
Oh, man.
But when I came to Clark, I think it became real. Like knowing that Dr. King's ashes were like on the yard that we couldn't step on, like knowing right, like knowing we were that close to history just made it even more real. And knowing we were walking around with people that were future Black history, that's what made it super special to me.
Yeah, I went to PWIs my whole entire life. So I lived in Detroit, but bused to like 45 minutes to school every day up until I came to Clark. Clark was actually the first place that I had a Black teacher. I never had a Black teacher. My mom is a teacher, so she was my teacher at home. My parents are very Black. I'm from Detroit, so it's definitely raised and had culture poured into me. But going to Clark Atlanta and having a Black teacher for the first time, I remember telling her, because you had to stand up and say who are you from and something about yourself. And I was like, "You're my first Black teacher." And she was like, "Wait, get back up." She's like, "You're from Detroit and I'm your first Black teacher?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Wow, that's crazy." I remember high school reading books and our teacher being like, "Okay, we need to discuss saying the N-word that's in this book. Like, how do you, I'm really just talking to my African-American students. How do you feel?"
Wow.
And I remember everybody being like, "Oh, I don't care. It's not a big deal." And I was like, "Don't say it. I dare you to say it." Like, I've always been like, "No, we're not having that." And to be in an institution with people that look like me and learn with people that looked like me, it was just, It's like the best experience in my life, honestly, because I just felt comfortable. I remember being like, oh, we can say this and we don't have to have discussions about saying the N-word in class and people can speak freely. So that was kind of my, trajectory with the education part.
Janae?
Wow. No, I think I had like a mix. So I grew up, really Black. But in high school, I went to a predominantly white high school. And so all of that, I guess, from an educational standpoint was kind of removed. I didn't know about a lot of the like militant part of Black, I guess. Like Asada, that militant is the wrong word. That was aggressive. But
we
more
know what you're
that,
talking about.
I
you
knew
know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, but that I wasn't really like taught by my family. That I had to kind of like learn, from going to Clark. And then also I think I didn't know about like when you mentioned like the different types of Black people, I was kind of I wasn't aware of like the Black elite. And I thought that was incredible to see because, I was raised, in a lower working class family. So I didn't see a lot of those things. I never knew what, Jack and Jill was, what, links were, what the debutantes were. And actually there's an amazing exhibit happening at the California African American Museum talking about
I think
the
it ends
debutantes
today.
Oh yes, I think yes.
it ends
Today is the last day, but it was incredible. So things like that I didn't know about, and I still learn about. And I think it's incredible that we have so many. Like we're not monolithic people, and our experiences are so broad. And you can still learn about different places and cities where Black people had their lives and how they live differently. Like in Compton, it's the Cowboys and how they have Cowboys in Philly and things like that.
Yeah.
Stuff that I still had no idea about and learning about in my 30s. So I think it's incredible that we have all of this history and that we still get to be a part of it and learn about it and digest it and even create our own.
No, that's the Black elite. That's a really big point. Yeah, still learning about that.
Hello.
Yeah. Right.
Dope. So I'm gonna switch us a little bit. I'm taking us to the meat of this show to see what's on the menu because we're about to dive into some fun things, some deep things, all kinds of things. And this kind of it would have been a good segue after we were talking about what we did a little bit too. But a couple weeks ago, I don't know if everybody saw, but there was like a lot of tweets about salary and Black people not knowing how much to ask for, not knowing how to negotiate and all of that stuff. My friends and I quite a few years ago made this like we had this whole like time period where we were talking about money and Black people, and we kind of all were like, no longer will that be like the taboo topic for us when it comes to like, because I think it's helpful. And so I just wanted to talk about like money in the Black community and like how we talk about it. Do we talk about it enough? How we share the information? Is it still inappropriate to share the information? All of that. And just a little story to kick it off is, so a friend of mine watched one of her friends in 30 minutes make like 5 or 6 calls to other white people in the industry that did the same thing she did. And they all freely told her sure, this is how much I make. And she was able to go in and negotiate a raise for herself, basically because she had the facts. Everybody in town makes this. And we were like, are Black people going to tell us how much they make if we start? That's going to take us a little longer than 30 minutes to get that information.
Why you want to know?
Why you want to know?
So
who you telling?
How do y'all feel about talking about money more, talking about salary, negotiating, offering people jobs that are Black people jobs that don't really know what to ask for, all of that stuff?
Start with I was just in that
the real tweet.
Let's start with.
I know the tweet you're talking about, I think too.
I was in LA a few weeks ago and I was able to I talked to Brittany and a few friends about this. Just point blank, how many friends have you told your real salary to? Like, this is how much I make. Or your family. Is that something that your family or friends, this is how much I make?
Friends, yes. Family, nah.
That's the funny part. I haven't told my family
Family is a
either.
hell nah.
Exactly.
I tell my
Friends, yes,
mom.
for transparency. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so for transparency with friends, because you think it's helpful, why not family? Because they gonna ask for something.
Yeah, family is a different, like, it's a different motive behind that. And
Mhm.
I'm not talking about like my mom,
Of
you
course.
know.
Yeah.
But with friends, yeah, especially like when you want to change industries or things like that, you know, somebody helped me. And somebody told me, like, no, this is too low. You need to negotiate, you know, always ask for something, you know, and just because somebody told me, I always like to, like, you know, pay it forward.
Was it a
You know,
friend or
men,
like a
women,
mentor that told you?
a mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a black mentor that told you
A black woman mentor. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I've told a
Yeah.
handful of friends how much I've made before, like closer friends when we discuss those type of things. But family, not so much. You know, family could be a little more complicated. You know, they get this asking for stuff or get the thinking they could depend on you for a little more than they already do. You know, family will do you worse than enemies if you allow them to. But I think talking with our friends, especially in the Black community, we should do that more. Like that being a taboo topic only benefits employers and stuff so that they could keep us at a disadvantage.
I think it's family too, though. Like the taboo topic, I feel like culturally we're a little bit more woke, and so we're open to talk about things. But when you talk about family and not sharing it, it's kind of like the older tradition of that ain't what we do over here. We don't talk about money. And for me, I don't think it's like fear of anybody asking for anything on the family side. It's just like that ain't what we do over there. You know, we just don't talk about this stuff. Which
we don't talk about money. We don't talk about wills. You know, I don't know, when you think about it, it's like that money thing is loaded when it comes to especially like the Black family.
We don't talk about taxes,
investing, anything like that.
Yeah.
I've always been able to talk to my mom about money, like especially being in the entertainment industry. You know, you're working gig to gig, so things change. One minute you're doing something, you're going to get $300. The next minute it's $3,000 a day. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like I've always been able to bounce ideas off of her, and if it's worth my time, if this is enough money, like it hasn't come up with the rest of my family, but I would say I think that we should be more open to doing that, because I don't know how much this person over here is making, and we could be doing the same job and you could be making twice as much as me. And I think a lot of times we have the fear of, if I ask and I bring it to somebody or bring it to my employer, they might be like, well, you should just be grateful to be here. So, you know, it doesn't matter what this person's making. So I think we need to we're stronger together, you know, especially women, especially being, you know, Black too. It's like we really do need to talk to each other about what we're making across the board.
I think that's the mentality of a lot of parents too, is don't rock the boat. Be glad you got a job. No, my mom was always like, oh, baby, are you still employed? Yeah. Yes. Why wouldn't I be? I think that's just their concern, is that we won't be able to support ourselves. So don't try to be boastful or ask for more. And that's unfortunate when we know, you know, maybe our worth is more than what they think.
My mom always asking about off days. Oh, you went out of town? She's very concerned about off vacation days for me. Like,
listen,
use those vacation days.
Are they paying you for this time?
I think my mom is gonna find out I'm unemployed from watching this. Actually,
I was about to say, you know, you got to keep a job. You can't ever be without a job.
No,
you change your careers.
They start panicking.
They do. They start panicking.
And it's like, I got this. It's fine.
Yeah, we're different. We're in an era where people can literally get on a YouTube or do whatever and make money. And my thing is, if I'm not asking you for money, then don't be concerned about what I got going.
That point.
Right. Listen,
it's so funny.
I'm not getting a pension. It's based off the 401k. That wasn't the case for my parents. They got a nice city pension. You know, I mean, a decent city pension to retire from. You know, like we're not getting those type pensions with our jobs today.
No.
I had an old coworker, really like a lot younger than me, about 10 years younger than me. And he started a job. It was a good job, good studio job. Somebody pissed him off. And within 3 weeks, he was gone. He had been there 6 months, and he did not care. And I was like, wow, he was dipped out. But I respected it so much. He was like, no, I don't have to be here. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Yeah.
And, it's always like, no, you need to stay here for at least a year. You need to stay there for, he was gone. He said, oh, you said what? You talking to me like what? Oh,
how is he doing now?
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Thank God. Thank God.
What's the follow up?
Yeah. So I was just like,
what's the
that right there, because we be so loyal. We be I can't burn that bridge. He said, set this thing on fire. I ain't coming back. They do not care about us. You die tomorrow, and they'll be like, okay,
right. They hire the next person.
LinkedIn, put it on LinkedIn. So I really respected him, because he was like, I don't have to be a slave in any of these companies. I will leave.
Yeah.
I can go.
That's that damn Gen. You say he was what, 10 years younger than you?
That's that generation.
They do not play.
They do not play. They say literally the one conversation, and it was a bad one. It was not good. But it's like industry when people are like known for talking to you crazy. He was like, no, not me. Not me. I'm out.
Know your worth.
I'm out.
Wow.
I'm out. So I love it. Switching gears a little bit, just not even really, but we all talked about how all of you kind of have like a side thing, like a passion project or
not no more, Chris.
That's my main,
main now. Which is kind of all really Black for all of you. How was that transition into like starting that business or starting that and amplifying Black voices and Black people? Was that a natural thing for you? Was it were you fearful in making that move or even putting your time into something like that?
I guess I'll start for myself with Black Dollar Family. It was a natural progression because it was like things that we were already kind of doing, like already preferring supporting Black businesses and trying to keep money in our community. And so it was just like putting more action behind that. So it seemed like a natural progression to kind of making it more like an official thing, something that I was already doing in my leisure and enjoyed,
So you just sit around and be like, I can make money off of this.
Well, no, actually, we don't make any money. It's not for profit, but
even better. So you
talk about Black Dollar Family a little bit more, just for people.
So it's a collective we started in Brooklyn with my friends Jones, Tubbs, and then Jill and Dana. We started it in June 2019 was our first inaugural event. We did a Juneteenth bar crawl, started celebrating Juneteenth. Did a bar crawl through Brooklyn to 5 different Black-owned bars. So just bringing people together, bringing our community together and supporting Black businesses. So that's like kind of our mission and our motive. We're kind of pivoting a little bit, kind of consolidating with another business that I have so that'll kind of be like the philanthropic, kind of like the foundation of it. So everything that's supporting the community and not-for-profit and specifically, Black from inception to execution will be retained as Black Dollar Family events and stuff. So with that, as we were just talking about money, we had some financial literacy workshops coming up that we do in Brooklyn. Again, the bar crawl and working out a few other things. So yeah, it was easy to kind of make that passion and something I already loved into a viable business.
Oh,
was it scary? And everyone feel free to chime in on this. Like sometimes I feel like when people start businesses, it's like we cater to everyone. I think people think it's risky to say to really like lean into that Blackness. What were your discussions like? With the company initially, because everyone at your events, everyone's not Black.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to come, hang out and stuff, it's not specifically Black. We're not turning anybody away. We're not in there shaking our fists at Whitey and talking about the men. All good energy, good vibes, a good time to be grabbed by anyone. But everything that's, all the money and everything that's generated from that, the buzz for the businesses that we support, the hopefully increase patronage that we gain them. By highlighting their business, that's all, for us and by us. So it's a little, it could be a little difficult at times, finding different venues when, it has to be a Black-owned venue. You can't, you're not trying to, step outside of that boundary. So I think that's the most difficult boundary in some of the things that we do, where we have to give things a little more thought in the execution of it.
How's that work? You walk into one you expect, and you're like, oh, you see the owner come out. You're like, oh, okay, never
There's
mind.
a lot of catfish businesses. There's a lot of them, especially in Brooklyn. There's a couple popular spots in Brooklyn that people think are Black owned, in Harlem as well, that you would think is Black owned and kind of portray themselves to be. And you look under the hood and it's like, no.
I want you to tell me one.
Right. Janae said, give me the list.
Why would you drop a dime?
I'll let people know at this point.
Peaches is like co-owned. Like that's a partnership between a Black person and a white person. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, for instance, like a Lover's Rock is not Black owned.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Isn't that a Caribbean spot?
That is everybody knows it's about the Caribbean spot. They're not.
Okay.
Wow. I kind of feel away because that's giving
they catfishing a little bit.
Appropriation a little bit.
Oh
yeah.
No.
That's
so
interesting.
that's definitely something you got to do a little more research at times to kind of make sure that we're kind of staying on brand and staying in line with our goals. So they will try and trick you.
Janae, what about you and Oprah Rose? Because it's Black.
It's very Black. And we started almost 6 years ago, I think.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it was a very scary thing. But it started with me and T, and we just were like, we talked about it for like a year. And then we just said, fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's just put it out. And I think that's a lot of, especially when you're in the creative space, is that it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be the right time. You're always going to find a reason to push it back or stop or not start. And really you learn as you go. And then with your professional field, and you have like this very overt and like boisterous show, I just had to like be honest with myself and say, like, I'm going to show up everywhere the same. I'm going to show up in front of you in this office is me. You're going to look at my Instagram. You're going to see me. This is who I am, and that has worked for me. I don't know bad experience or that I'm sure other people have had bad experiences with that, but I refuse to like shun who I am to fit in spaces anymore. And especially in the world where like we're so closely like connected. So, you start your job and your boss want to follow you, your colleagues want to follow you. And I'm not doing all of this fence stuff. I don't have time for that. So you're just going to see me for who I am and follow me if you like, or unfollow if you don't. And
was it natural or was it a conscious decision?
Because
you are very authentically yourself. On all of your social media platforms, and I respect and love it so much.
It was not easy. I think especially when I was at my former place of employment at Remy Martin, because it was very, very corporate. I had to wear business attire every day to work, and that was new to me. Because I worked in just other different creative fields prior to that, and it was never like so stringent in particular. So that was new. And then I thought initially, like, because it was a new industry, I was new, I thought I needed to be different. And so I kind of struggled with that a little bit. And then I just was like, I can't keep up with this because it's not real to me. And if you don't like who I am, then, it is what it is. And I also got like a little bit of courage from one of my former colleagues, Maine, because she was like that. She was just loud from the day one that she stepped in the door. And I was like, you know what? Shit, fuck it. Like, yes, this is who we are. So yes, it ended up being a conscious decision from me being uncomfortable and deciding like, nah, I'm not. I'm just me. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Dope.
That's the best way to be.
Real.
Yeah.
And Bree, for you, I mean, but you being completely in entertainment, like, I don't know, like, how does that work for you? For what you do?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of all over the place. I've jumped from the singing, the songwriting, the acting, just whatever, whenever there's a gig, if it fits right, touring, doing different things. So this is actually very scary for me, doing Ocho Alley and stepping out. The creative part is fun, right? Making the t-shirts and doing nails and all that stuff. Like, that's the part that I'm solid on. But the business part of it is the part that I am so scared of doing. Like, as far as people ordering products from you, and what if they don't like it, or what if they want to send it back, or what happens with shipping, it's just totally out of my comfort zone. So Janae, you just spoke a word to me, honestly, with saying just go for it, because that's what
Just
everybody's been
do
telling
it.
me for the longest. Like, just go for it. And I've been selling products, but it's more like on Instagram and DM. So I'm actually going to be launching my site soon, and I think I'm just nervous to do it, because it's out of my comfort zone. But I do pride myself on it being a Black owned business, and I've actually had someone tell me, maybe you should take that out of your bio because it might, deter people. And I was like, no, because I know my people, especially, first of all, if you love Black people, it shouldn't matter if somebody's proud to be Black or proud to be Black owned. And I know that my people will support me. So I'm not going to take that out of my bio, because I'm proud to be a Black business owner. So it's a little out of my comfort zone, Tennille, but I'm trying to push through.
Well, all of this is inspiring to hear guys' take on this about, pursuing how you're remaining authentic, whether it's your side hustle or at your 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I know for me, Janae, when you said like the whole thing of social media has become very weird for me, because it's like coworkers do follow you, and I've had some interesting things said to me from post. I think there are some people who believe I have a ton of friends, because
I get that a lot too.
and I'm like, those are my classmates from college or my line sisters in the comments, but I don't know. It gets weird when people, like, oh, wow, a lot of friends went to Cartagena, huh? And it's like, it's like, there's a lot of ways to read that,
What you mean by that?
Right.
Thought bubble, what do you mean by that? But so I'm weird, but as far as being authentic, like the stories that I tell, and I remain true to that. But I know for me, it's like it's that personal side too, that you're just like, what you see is what you get, and I'm like leaning more into that, like, this is me, know. Now what I'm putting on social, that's still the part that I'm like, still trying to figure out.
It's a journey. It's a journey for me. I'm trying to get like Janae. Every time I read a tweet, I was like, you tell them everything you're thinking. I love it.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, damn it, I shouldn't have said that.
So much. It brings me so much joy, because it's clearly what is on your mind at the moment, and it is authentic as it comes. And I would have spent 3 hours wondering if I should post something, and I'm so freed by your post that I'll take it. Janae, you recently moved from New York to LA. Yay.
Yay.
And you and I talked about this a little bit, but like how
We're hating.
hater.
Ooh, tomato. No,
Tomato.
That's my favorite.
Tennille, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Wow.
Yes. Anyway, Janae, you made the transition, and you and I spoke a little bit about it too. It's like, it's funny because I've been here for 10 years, and so that transition works or it doesn't work.
Been here for a decade.
Yeah,
and I hear a lot of people, if you come, New Yorkers don't like LA people don't like New York.
Yeah,
that's like, it's, and I mean the lifestyles are very different.
It's real East-West beef.
Yes, and the lifestyles are really different. So tell us about your transition, because I was kind of shocked by the answer to you actually
moving. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people were shocked when I, made the move, me included. I was in New York for 12 years. I consider myself a New Yorker. There was no other city for me. Like, I was getting it tatted on my back, like I was born and raised. But honestly, like motherhood changed me. And it changed how I viewed that city, just because it's a very, very hard city to live in. If it's not, it's already hard in general, but if you aren't from there, you don't have like legitimate roots, meaning your grandma ain't there, your auntie ain't there, the people who are really going to help you transition into being like a parent, it makes it even harder. And so it was little things like, just pulling up to the grocery store and having a parking spot and being able to have a shopping cart, take like little things like that, having an elevator in your building, or just a parking spot for your house or apartment or whatever. And those were luxury items in New York. Luxury meaning hot ticket, or just you have to move into the suburbs or something like that. So I just was over it. And so I was like, I need something to match the lifestyle that I'm now entering in, because it's very different than the one that I lived before. And so that made me be more open to the California lifestyle. And now I love it. You
Chris,
give
don't
me
roll your
70-degree
eyes.
weather every day. You give me weed.
Yes.
You give me
weed.
hiking. I'm good. And I got my parking spot. Like
You do.
I'm
And your
straight.
parking lot
I love it.
and your shopping cart. You got all of it.
I got it. The people could be a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay. All
Right.
The people could be a little bit better.
Tennille, get your finger on the button.
Beautiful
You start going down this road too much.
That is my only negative feedback.
It's some weirdos. It's some weirdos.
It's
some LA weirdos. Okay, so I'm with you. Tell me a little bit, and just a little bit more about, because you kind of offered it up on a platter for me. Like, you moved here, you're a mother, you have a side business, you got a full-time career. How do you balance all of that? And you also have a social life too, which I enjoy. Yeah. So like, how do you balance it all?
You don't get it right all the time. Like, my kid is sitting right here, and I feel so bad because she was supposed to be in another room with her, but it is what it is. And sometimes you fall short. Like, I just don't, I don't try to be too hard on myself for not being able to make a social event, or, not being 100% at work one day, or like, even there's moments where I feel like I'm not being a good mom that day. Like, so I try to give myself grace, because it's very hard in general to just manage a lot of things. But I saw my mom do it. And so I just feel like, if she could do it, I could do it. And she had 5 kids. Yeah. So, but at that point, like, the kids raised themselves, or, the oldest did, you're responsible for the youngest. But, you just roll up your sleeves, because it has to be done, and you get it done.
Outside looking in, you make parenthood, you make that shit look cool.
Right? I know.
Yeah, you're a cool mom.
Yes.
I know. Definitely. I'm looking at the clock. We gotta play trivia. We got some Black trivia we gotta move on to. So we're gonna pivot a little bit into that.
Tennille.
My co-hosts are so shady. That was an inside joke right there. But we have a new segment called Black Trivia. Welcome back, Lindsay. We got a new segment, and we're gonna start with I guess you guys get a prize for this. And
Chris, you might really like this prizes.
Okay, I might really want it. Okay.
All right. Are
I'm
y'all
competitive.
ready?
Don't get me
Are
started.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
I'm nervous.
I guess make a buzzer noise if you want to answer first.
Just yell it out.
Just yell out the answer.
Yeah.
All right. What's the name of the first HBCU?
Is that not Link?
Was it Fisk?
Wilberforce? Is it Wilberforce?
No.
Wilberforce sound like it could be the first, but it's not.
I thought it was.
Damn. Oh, not me not making my HBCU proud.
Come on.
Wait, it's in like Ohio or something, ain't it?
Pennsylvania. I'm gonna give you that.
Langston? Is it Langston?
Oklahoma.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Oh,
It's already bad.
it is bad. I'm like, let me Google, Lord.
We're just giving
No.
back.
I'm not gonna cheat. Don't get help over here. I'm not gonna cheat. Though.
Go ahead, Google.
Phone a friend. Phone a friend and let that.
Hold on a
Anybody
minute. What
in
is
the
it, Sam
comments?
G? What is it?
Nobody in the comments.
Anybody in the
comments?
Nobody in the
Nobody
comments.
knows.
Oh,
No
Shane.
one knows.
No, Shane.
Shaney.
Shaney.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I did not know that.
H-E-N-N-E.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
What was that? 18?
Okay.
I ain't know that either, y'all.
1837.
I ain't know that
37?
either.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm gonna take a
Wow.
shot for that. Where y'all drinks at? I thought it was
Right
gonna
here,
be
right
more.
here, right here.
You're right.
Like I'm with the toast
Wow,
and all that. Like it's not much
Chris.
sipping going on. I know.
Also,
right,
keep in
right,
mind,
Chris.
me
You're right.
and you are the only ones with real drinks today.
Stop.
Everybody
This is
else
true.
is chilling.
I'll give LA. It's a little early out there. I'll give y'all that. I understand.
It's
but
early.
10:51.
Taria and Bree have
That's
no
the most. You drunk earlier. Like, that's like don't flex.
I'm
Like,
trying
I
to get
drunk
some
earlier
gas.
with you. Like we done this.
Here's our second question. Complete the lyrics. Yours, mine, ours.
I could do this for
I
hours.
could do
Bree
So
got
fun
it.
fact.
Bree
I've
got
never
it.
listened to that whole song, but I know it from
I
Instagram.
had not either.
TikTok.
I
It's a good song.
I've never listened to the whole thing, but I could have finished that just based off of
Yeah.
Instagram.
Wait, did Bree sing it though? Like I feel like that should be bonus points if she sang it.
Oh, come on, give us a brief
I
spin
heard a
on
Y'all,
little
that.
this
tune in
throat
there. I
is-
heard a little
Y'all.
vibrato when she said it.
She got it.
I don't know how it's gonna sound. I told y'all my throat was a little ew when I woke up this
Oh,
morning.
she did. Yeah.
Bree not trying to
Yours, mine, ours. I can do this for hours. Sit and talk to you for hours. I want to give you your flowers and some champagne showers. And I'm gonna stop right there.
Hey.
I love
Yes.
Oh yes.
That's like
on,
an
Bree.
ultimate body roll song.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Our third question out of 5. Steve Urkel's alter ego's name is
Stefan.
Urkel.
Got
Stefan
the last
Urkel.
name. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. All
First
right.
name, last name.
Yes.
In the movie Coming to America, what was the name of Lisa's boyfriend?
Oh, that was
Daryl.
No.
Who said it?
Bree.
She got it. Bree got it.
Wow.
Oh my God. I was so
Bree.
disappointed in myself. I got
Wow.
this wrong.
She
Now I
got
have to give that. Yeah.
that was good because I got it wrong too.
Wow. Go off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daryl.
Daryl
it was.
Jenkins.
Daryl Jenkins.
Heir to the Soul Glow Throne.
Yes.
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 Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Last but not least, what was Michael Jordan's jersey number when he returned to the NBA?
4-5.
Yes.
When I come back with the 4-5 and ain't to play games with you.
Okay.
Wait, we need
It's
a
the age
tiebreaker.
Well, what's the tiebreaker, Taria?
Okay. What body part
Going with
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Right.
where's this going?
did Mike Tyson bite off of Evander
Yeah.
Holyfield? Bree,
Yeah.
I heard Bree say it.
Oh,
I think Chris might have
Well,
edged her
that
out.
was
Yeah,
me, but you know.
Chris might have. I think.
I
Yeah.
think did they say it at the same time?
You got another tiebreaker?
Yeah. Just give a. You know, I was.
That was a
Bree.
random.
I mean, Taria, are you
Paper,
frozen?
scissors.
What's right?
No. Am I supposed to give another tiebreaker?
Yeah, you did right.
Okay. What does SWV stand for?
Sisters with
Sisters
voices.
with voices.
That was
Damn
that.
you, Christopher.
That was Chris.
Yeah,
That was
I'm like.
My computer is delayed. This is
Blame it on the delayed computer.
Bree said I need that buzzer.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Y'all
all right, I'll let
should
you have it. They said you might really want it anyway.
you should
Chris,
throw a
so go
little bit
ahead.
more history in there because that HBCU one had them like stomped.
Right. I was like,
That was disappointing.
I know.
Okay, here go one.
Oh, Taria into it.
Who invented the traffic light?
Oh, I
Jared
forgot
Morgan.
this one.
Wait,
Tennille, you cannot play.
Black History Month. That's
Okay,
different.
yeah, this is
Guys,
embarrassing.
come on.
This
I'm
is
embarrassing the
embarrassing.
elders.
We did not go to Clark Atlanta
Who wrote
University.
Lift Every
We
Voice
came
and
here.
Sing?
James
Weldon
Weldon
Johnson.
James
Johnson.
Weldon,
All right,
yeah.
that's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to end it.
That's a good one.
Whew,
Appreciate you,
child.
girl.
Y'all
We
should
need
be
to go
ashamed
to
of
school.
yourselves.
Not proud.
You would do the Black trivia when we get on here. That's what you would start to say.
That's Black History Month. So, I mean, you know.
No, yeah, it's true.
Anyway, so look, we're gonna switch over to our all Black everything toast to something really dope happening with Black people. And you know, to be completely honest, this one is not.
We got an extra person in the building too.
Oh,
Hey,
Lynn.
oh, hey, Lindsay. Y'all know
What's
Lindsay in
going
the
on?
comments, always in the comments with y'all.
Yes.
Okay, everybody got their drinks.
Thank you, Bostic, for getting it right in the comments, though. Just FYI.
Oh, Bostic.
Who said it was a man?
Kevin. Talk about it was a man. Yeah, it was Kevin. Yeah,
It was a man.
It was.
Oh wait, Jamila got the question about coming to America, right? Too.
Why does that not
Yes,
surprise
she
me?
did. She was on that.
She did.
What did I call him yesterday? God, I was so disappointed in myself. I should have got that.
Randy.
Randy.
Randy, what?
Randy.
Randy
I later was like, girl. I was like, girl, this is embarrassing.
From the What's Going Down episode.
Get your life together. Anyway, look, this one's a simple one. We're gonna toast to the fact that it's Black History Month, and I think even for me, this kind of came from. I am so sick of talking about the struggles when we talk about Black History Month. There's so much Black joy in Black History Month, and the month of February should be celebrated as such. You all do that. We're thankful for you all doing that and celebrating the Black joy in the world, because when people start off your Black History Month, that first day of February, all you see is all the posts about the history and the sadness. And so I even made a pact on myself. I was like, let me tell you something. What I'm not doing is posting all of this sadness with the Black people, because we got a lot of Black joy. And to end out February, we're going to toast to Black joy to end out this Black month and make it a Black year once again. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
No, toast to life. Come
Yes,
on.
toast to life.
Toast to life.
Can you give us a quick history lesson on Toast to Life? Are we in the let out right now?
Let out.
Yeah, that is the epitome of just me being myself and something organically coming together. Like, it started from a song I heard. There was a song called Toast to Life that I used to love, and I just got the idea. It was in 2017, and like all year we're just gonna toast to life. So I was documenting like all of the cheers and toasts I have drinking with friends, and like, you know, say something meaningful or special or whatever, and just like toast to us celebrating life. And I would like to hashtag that and post it with the date. And my original idea was like, I was just gonna do it for that 1 year, and then have one of my videography homies like do a supercut of all those videos so that I could have that like basically recapping the year and like all the amazing things we celebrated. But it kind of caught on. Everybody was kind of enjoying it and like doing their own and tagging me in them and stuff. So it kind of took on a life of its own. And then shout out to Jill, always pushing me and stuff and my creative stuff. Like, yo, you need to do something with this. Like, we're gonna do happy hours in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Right.
Y'all know Jill. She will put the battery in your back. Like, she is queen of F that job and do your thing what makes you happy. So
Love
she
her.
pushed me to that, and that was kind of the precursor for Black Dollar Family, actually. Yeah.
And can I just say that it is literally everywhere CT goes, he is Mr. Toast to Life. Like, I don't know where with this man without toasting to life.
Right.
Yeah. I love it, man. I knew it was real when I was, like I said, I'll go somewhere and people be like, oh, can I get a toast to life with you? Like, we got to get one of the videos. I'm like, wow, y'all really love this. So yeah, I love it, man.
I know I wanted one. I was happy to get mine.
I gotta come to New York and get mine.
Right.
I'm coming out there soon. We get it.
Okay, we could do it in LA. I know you be in LA, but
I'll be out there in April.
Okay.
Hey.
All right, Janae, you hear that? We're gonna get a toast to life.
Yay.
What's next on y'all's plate? Janae, what's
Hold
next?
on. Chris, is this Love Is Blind mug you got? You keep sipping on?
I don't know what this is.
I
Just
mean,
a regular
I'm
toast.
tired of seeing them gold cups.
Not
Love Is Blind.
Everything out of them gold cups on Love Is Blind.
I mean,
Really?
man.
They take a shot out of the big old wine glass.
Yeah, and then it's like water. And it's like, wait.
Yeah.
Every time I see
weird.
one now. Woo.
Yeah. Okay. Back to it. Janae, what you got next? What's going on?
Just weekly episodes of the Oprah Rose Show. We drop every Wednesday. New special guests every week. Yeah, merch coming soon. We've been saying that though, but for real this time.
Look, I'm telling y'all, if anybody is out there and you really have not, you under a rock somewhere and you don't listen to Oprah Rose, I don't know where you been.
Oh, thank
It
you.
is hilarious.
It is.
Okay, so tune in because it's a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
this is a good time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you fam.
Gotta give you a little vibe.
And happy anniversary again. Toast to y'all.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Incredible.
We made it a little year. We'll take it. Bree, what's next, boo?
You know, always working on music. I'll be dropping some stuff soon, trying to drop something in March and throughout the rest of the year and put out an EP. Always trying to, you know, do my acting stuff, but I really am switching gears when it comes to this Ocho Alley thing and putting out some products. I'll be doing some merch for my music as well under that. So I'm just excited to see where it goes and grows. Make sure y'all just stay with the kid with the new music. I got new vibes coming soon. I think y'all will like it.
So I need that 420 ring. I'm telling you now.
I got you.
I'm like,
yes,
because I need to cop that.
And
I love the name Ocho Alley. That is really fire. That's a beautiful name.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Shout out to my pros for making me an Ocho.
Love it. Love it. Well, I mean, if we are going to shout out Ochos, you know, Janae is my number 17, so hold it down. But let me
always
because I've had to correct myself because I naturally call her number, so I've had to like
all the
actually
time
say your name, and it's been
I don't know you, Brittany. Who is
that?
It's
like probably like Renee, because I'd be like number, people be like what? Exactly. Anyway, look. This was dope. We're so happy to have you all with us as usual. We like to bring good vibes, and you did just that. So we're thankful for that. And I got a question for everybody out there, because let's not forget why we're really here. Have you donated to your institution today, this week, this month, this year? Give them a little couple dollars. And of course, we all happen to be CAU, but if there's anyone watching who isn't, and you went to a HBCU or PWI, you can donate to your school as well, but just send them a couple dollars, and you can do that by texting CAU Brunch to 44321. Anything will help. So thank you for doing that.
Production value, I had it at the bottom. Okay,
right. That's so dope that y'all do that.
I remind myself who we dealing with, man. There's multiple Emmys in the room. Multiple Emmys in the room. I should expect no less.
You see him behind the head?
Okay.
We got flex back there.
That's only a few of them.
That's just free.
It's time to build a new shelf.
Those just our favorite ones.
Right. The recent ones.
Exactly. All right, y'all. It was dope. It was good. Anybody want to take us out or got anything else they need to say to the people?
Toast to Good Life is
Toast to Good Life.
Yeah. Send us out, Chris.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for having us. It's always great to come back with the CAU family. Can't wait till homecoming is really back. I'm not gonna count last year's, but hopefully this year we're really back. If other variants pop up and derail that. So hopefully I'll see y'all all in October and we can do this in person.
Love it.
Y'all take care. Love y'all. Toast to life.
Love y'all.
Toast to life.
Toast to life.
Yay.